Here's a track we did for a really good close personal friend of ours. He called me Thursday afternoon just as he got out of the tree stand, told me that he had shot one of his target bucks just off of a food plot that he has out the back of his house with a crossbow. He was sure that he had hit the deer back and had gut shot him. And when I asked him how he was sure, he said that he had seen the bolt and had actually videoed the shot and was able to play it back and see the arrow entrance. As you can see here in the still photo, the bolt enters just back of the rib cage near the spine. This is certainly going to be a gut shot deer and is fatal. We just need to give this deer some time. After Alan and I spoke, we both agreed let's just let him lay overnight. We'll give him 14, 15 hours and we'll go after him the following morning. What we didn't want to do here was push this deer too early and send him across the main highway there to a much larger block of timber that's on the other side of the road.
Yeah. Looks like a bed right there. Blood here. Blood there. Yeah, there's a little bit of blood right there. Blood there. Easy, slow down. Blood there. Easy, hey, I'll help you over that log, bud. Easy. Easy. You gonna go under? Okay, you can go under. I haven't seen any blood here in a bit. Haven't seen any blood here in quite a bit. We okay over here? Eyes are watering, so I can't see nothing.
So you can see here we're going to run into a stone wall here. This is a pretty good indicator of a property line change. This is pretty common for us, especially in these smaller tracts of woods. The hunter's lived in this current location for just a couple of years, but has built some pretty solid relationships with his neighbors and has gotten permission actually from the previous piece that we just crossed, had gotten permission the night before. As we get to the stone wall, this location often doesn't have folks there. It's probably a second home, but as we get right at the stone wall, we can see a truck parked in the driveway, and we have to push pause here for a moment while he goes and knocks on the door and gets permission. Nice lady very quickly grants us permission, and we go on our way. At this point, we're just over 400 yards into the track. A little concerning that we haven't seen any beds at this point. Generally, deer shot back in the gut like this, we tend to think that they'll make that first overnight bed inside 500 yards. So I'm a little nervous here that coyotes may have gotten on them and pushed them, but certainly Winston's tracking very confidently. And as you'll see here, we get permission and go across this open lawn and to our target here pretty quick afterwards.
Easy.
As we exit the field here and back into the woods, you'll notice Winston do a couple circles here. Having to stop him there for the 4 or 5 minutes that it took us to get permission, really fired him up. What you don't see in the video is him barking his head off for those 4 or 5 minutes wanting to go and upset that we were holding him back. So as we got restarted here, he was fired up pretty good. And as he makes his way into the woods here, he blows by a little bit of a turn, but if you watch him, he'll correct himself all on his own and backtrack and find that last spot and ultimately get back on the trail pretty quickly. It's a sign of a more senior dog being able to, fix his mistakes all on his own without me having to do much work.
Easy path that he's been walking, Yeah. He's gonna backtrack here for a second. He might be over here on this ridge. And cross right there. I could see him getting across the street and getting up on that bank and wanting to watch us backtrack, but we're 0.3 right now, so that's 180, 180, 180. So five and change to here. I'd like to see another bed other than that. That first one, he didn't look like he stayed in that very long. Yeah. Blood right there. See it? Thought we had him in plastic bag, looked like a white belly right there. Oh. And he's gonna cross right here somewhere. Easy. Boy, God almighty, I would think he's gotta be laying down here. I'm hoping coyotes didn't. Something on that stick. Looked like gut, right? Hoping coyotes didn't get him up and run him all over the place. I see that. I saw he had looked like a bunch of stuff going on here. It's kind of a bed there, it looks like. I thought he would have crossed before that telephone pole or after. You might have to knock again, Alan. I was gonna say, it didn't look like there was anybody living in there. He's got his head up pretty good. He might be dead right here. Might be dead right fucking there. Good job, Winston. How you work? How you work, Winston? How you work?
Oh, that's the 10.
Good boy.
Oh yeah. Good boy, Winston.
Okay, he'll get possessive now. Just don't let him chew on his butt for a minute, and we'll pull him out of here. Well, this shouldn't be a
I'm
hard.
gonna- I'm
This shouldn't be a hard drag.
As you can see here, we found our target right up against the highway here, just where we were afraid he was going to head and try to cross the road there over into that much bigger piece of timber. In all, he went just over 700 yards, and it took us about 16 minutes to get to him, including the 5 or 6 minutes that it took us to knock and get permission there at that one section of property. This was a great way to start off Thanksgiving morning for us. Alan is a super good friend of mine, and he's heard the war stories of Winston over the years, but this is the first time he's got to experience it firsthand. And, you know, hearing him say those magic words that every tracker loves hearing, there's no way we would have found him without the dog, was a special way for me to start off Thanksgiving. And another one on the tailgate for Winston.